Hurry, step right up, ladies and gentlemen. Cover Stories with Ace Guillen is about to begin.
She's not really bad. She's just drawn that way. She's comedian and adult film star Sally Mullins. He pities the fool who don't eat his breakfast cereal. He's Mr. James. Since her Thanksgiving is online and artificial, she's referring to her dinner as Jive Turkey. She's comedian Stefanie Michele. She outlined her hand to draw a turkey for the online class art project, but got an F because her turkey only had one finger up. She's Melissa Greenberg. Hello be thy name. When this Instagram model says she'll bless your timeline, she really means it. It appears that Pope Francis himself actually double tapped, all because the power of likes compels him. So, as you can see here from this shot of him at a recent rap battle, apparently the Pope's actual Instagram account is the one that gave us the beautiful liking. And as you can see that right here, you know what? I'm going to go to you, Mr. James. Doesn't this really just kind of look like an honest mistake? I mean, she's in a Catholic schoolgirl outfit, so you could see how he would easily oversee that.
I don't know. I just think it could be that the Pope is trying to revamp the church's image, maybe trying to get away from that, the image that they're, only interested in altar boys, in a slightly different direction, maybe.
Possibly. I could see that. I don't know. I would say that he knows a good blessing when he sees one, I think. If I was to take a wild guess. Stefanie, I see you smiling there. Okay, so when I look at this, she's an Instagram model. Yeah. Are you an Instagram teacher? I know you teach.
No.
I know that's your side hustle. No?
Yeah, no, the teaching is my side hustle, definitely.
Wait, I got a better question. Who is the most important person who's ever clicked like on any of your photos?
Oh God, nobody. That's why I'm here.
Good answer. Good.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think that would be, if the Pope clicked like, that'd be in heaven. Completely unintentional pun. That's what happens in my life.
That's it?
Yeah.
You would just be happy with...
I think, I mean, my grandparents just learned how to use Instagram, so they're liking stuff accidentally. I think that might be my win in life right now.
Are you comparing Pope Francis to your grandfather? Is that what's going on here?
Maybe with the tech savviness, possibly. So if it was a mistake, level mistake.
I guess I can see that. You know what, Sally, I'm going to go to you on this one. So there was a follow-up report on this, and they're doing an investigation on whether or not he actually was the one who clicked like. And the weird thing about this investigation is, why don't they just ask him?
I really doubt the Pope is doing his own social media. I like this Pope a lot. Like, I don't like religion, but I like this Pope, I just like him as a person. I really doubt he's doing his own social media. And I think it's whoever's doing his social media is like jerking around. And maybe they're not getting paid enough because they're not being, pious enough about their job. Maybe these people need a raise in 2020, so they wouldn't be causing this drama. But whatever it is great for this chick. Like her OnlyFans must be blowing up. Like, I'm very happy for her. Congratulations.
It really is I wouldn't mind the Pope clicking like on our show every once in a while.
I know, please.
Like that would, it's like Stefanie said, it would be, what's a Pope clicking like on your Instagram? Finger of God. That was a cheesy Twister reference for anybody that knows that stupid movie.
It's not
by heart.
him. It's not him. It's his staff, and maybe he should kick it up a little more than minimum wage. But I did hear this Pope was cheap. That's probably why I like him.
They got paid. Melissa, you don't know much about this, but I'm pretty sure that his people running his Instagram account are getting paid in like wafers. Catholic. I'm Catholic. Really quick, Melissa, before I let you comment on this, I actually have a rosary that was personally blessed by Pope Francis himself, and I got that. I got that because I met. I was on a plane coming back from one of my cruise ship gigs, and I met these guys that were coming in from the Vatican, and their brother had just been ordained. Is that what you call it? I don't know. He became a priest, and he was there, and they were showing how they had the Pope was blessing all the stuff that they had with them, like to their brother, like officially, like here's individually a rosary for you, and individually this and that. And so we got into this conversation with these two guys. I got into a conversation with these two guys about how I travel a lot and I'm always away from home. And then all of a sudden he said, this one was blessed by the Pope himself. Like, these are a couple of the gifts that we had received from my brother, who's a priest out there. And he goes, here, so that you have safe travels, and this is for you. And I remember I opened it and I could smell the, I forget what it's called, but there's a fragrance that's,
frankincense and myrrh.
Yeah, it's something. I don't know what it is, but yeah, I smell it and it's like so strong. And it's like a super cool thing to just go like, see. So now I'm not worried about any kind of like vampires coming to my house or ghosts, because I have an actual blessed rosary that I can just be like, get away.
I totally thought you were going with the story like the Pope actually blessed it personally for you as you were dressed in the shirt and the
You were hoping
outfit.
for a much better story, is what you're saying.
Yeah, pretty much. Yes. No, if the Pope would have known it was me, he probably, I don't know, he probably would have blew his nose on it. And then
they wanted to find that rosary in that chick's ass cheeks or whatever.
That one he'll click like on personally.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm sure her parents. I'm sure her parents are so proud.
They probably are.
Right?
Yeah. They told her.
One of the things that she even said was that her mom hates her ass pictures, but the Pope liked it, so it's a win.
Right. I don't know. I think organized religion, they're losing people to, our lives aren't centered around the church. I'm Jewish. We have the same issue that you're losing believers or followers. So he might just be reaching out to another demographic, and she might need saving. Who said it's only for the pious? Don't you want to get the people that are maybe on the edge, the people on the fringe that might need a little more something? So maybe he's just doing, the Lord's work.
Oh, she's a little on the fence, all right. She's a little on the pole. She's a little on quite a few things.
This Pope is so popular, though, for so many of his positions, and I can just see him like, shout out if you've never been to church, and shout out and you and the sexy people in the back. I'm just
Yeah, I totally got that reference there.
Thank you. I'm really old, but it's just they're just reaching a different demographic, and look, they crushed it.
Yeah,
they're nailing it.
No, it's funny.
Alex, do something. We need you.
you started off saying something. I totally thought you were going to go with this. You said that her parents must be proud. And can you imagine that her parents did not support her Instagram modeling career before? And now that the Pope has blessed it, they're just like, that's my daughter. And now they're going around showing everyone that ass photo. And they're going, that's my daughter. Like, yeah. Yeah. What is your daughter's a surgeon? Yeah. No, my daughter's ass got blessed by the Pope. So. No time for the old in-out, love. I'm just here to read the meter. Folks in Aurora, Colorado showed the world there's absolutely nothing better to do in Aurora, Colorado. When an In-N-Out burger stand opened up recently, it was reported that the wait times were upward of 12 to 14 hours. When asked if In-N-Out was worth the wait, a food critic actually sent us this review.
This is a tasty burger.
Yeah. So there you have it. These people are freaking insane. I don't know who the heck would wait 14 hours. I heard 12. I heard 14. One of my favorites was they actually had a fight in the drive-through line, which was beautiful. So, Sally, what is the longest you've ever waited for a piece of meat? I'm just going to be brutal right now.
8 years. No, 2 years in college. No, I really like to get in and out quickly in any drive-through situation. You know, I probably buzzed and I need to get home. And this is a ridiculous story about a million basic bitches. And it's just sad. If they had nothing else to do, and I mean, they probably had to eat a few meals while in the line. It just makes no sense at all, but whatever, you know, I'm not part of it. I'll stay out of it. This is so sad. I've been to Colorado. It didn't seem that bad. Maybe it's the town. Wasn't that the town where that guy killed his wife and then he thought he could get away with it? You know, wasn't that like Aurora,
Isn't that every town?
Yeah, he thought he could just go start a new life. Chris Watts, whatever. Isn't that this culture?
You know, it's funny you said, I don't know. I can't even pinpoint one guy. Like, it seems like every state has a dude that's famous for that met some other chick online and then just like decided to leave his wife by killing her. Yeah, that's bizarre that you bring that up, because I think of what was the dude here in California, the one that like he killed his wife, his pregnant wife.
Scott Peterson.
Scott
That's
Peterson.
debatable. And that guy has like a 6-pack on death row. I mean, you know, there's new evidence coming out showing he might, you know, not have done it. But yeah, he killed his pregnant wife. Yeah.
You know what always
guilty.
I love that you had that as just common knowledge.
Right? I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, how does anybody know this? Someone's keeping up with that story still?
My favorite part of every one of those stories, by the way, is the chick that they killed like their wife over is never more attractive than their wife. Like, it's always some just ass ugly chick that you're like, what?
As a side bitch, I gotta disagree with you.
Well, maybe it's just that they're working harder.
Right? I love that Sally was like, hey, I resemble that remark. No. Melissa, you're from the East Coast, so I don't know what burger. Well, Whataburger? No, Newcastle, right?
Shake Shack.
Okay, which is better? You've had both.
Or White Castle, I think.
I think White Castle sucks
but you
balls.
get White Castle. White Castle you can get in the freezer section at Walmart.
Yeah.
So I've never seen a line in Walmart for that. I don't understand. Like, that whole story was so stupid that I was like, I don't know what's the stupidest part. Like,
right.
Because like by the time, like, In-N-Out had to know like what the line was going to look like, because they normally do have lines. Like, there's one next to an Arby's by where I live, and there's always a line, and the people come out and they take their order in the line. So you might be waiting 20 minutes, but they still have your order. Their fries suck though. So
You have to eat them hot. If the second they get lukewarm,
out of the
they're
fryer.
done. Yeah.
I can't-
All these blisters all over your lips. I gotta eat it
I don't
right
understand.
now.
I don't understand it. And again, you could have gone to the store, bought meat, made burgers, cleaned up, taken a nap, maybe gone to bed, got up and made more burgers in the time that these people spent. Like, where did they go to the bathroom? They were on so many questions.
Yeah. My favorite thing, James, we'll go to you on this one. My favorite thing is like literally they had to go get something to eat so that they can come back to wait to get something to eat. Like, this is how stupid this was.
Postmates was totally busy right there. Grubhub, Postmates, they were totally making deliveries to the in and out line. Okay, what's the make, model, color of your car, so we know where to go to
That's
deliver
smart.
there. I mean, they had to be. And what gets me is you wait in line that long. Like you said, where's the porta potties? Are they going to the bathroom? Where are they going? And even 12 hours, none of these people got a job. Even homeless people are like, yeah, dude, it ain't worth it. Like, even if they had money to get the burger, it doesn't make any sense.
Stefanie, are you a big In-N-Out fan?
I'm not. I like their shakes and that's it. And I have like a 3-car max for the drive-through, but I have a friend that waited in line for this. And so she's like posting stories on her Instagram like it's an achievement, like, oh, only 9 more hours to go. And I was like, 9 more hours of you being an idiot.
Right.
Is what I was responding. I was like, why? And they packed a lunch, they packed a picnic to have in their car to have snacks the whole drive. And I just, I'm no longer friends with that person. Because
you shouldn't be. You shouldn't be.
What do you do when you get the meal though? Like, do you eat it or frame it?
Right.
She took pictures and was like, this is heaven. And I was like, no, that's the Pope liking your ass pictures.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
No.
Yeah, this is stupid. I remember, Chick-fil-A has it down as far as the way they run their lines. Like, they get long, like insanely long. Like, vegans go to Chick-fil-A. I don't even get how, like, people are addicted to that place. And yet they seem to know how to crank people out within 5-10 minutes, like tops. It's crazy. But I remember when In-N-Out used to just be cash only. I don't know if anybody remembers that, where they did not take card at all. And it was only cash. And there was times where I'd be like pissed because I had to go to the bank to withdraw $20 to come back and eat In-N-Out. But that was when their burgers were decent. Now they kind of stink. But
you know what I could respect in this situation though? If people were fasting and they're like, we're going to fast for 11 hours and then we're going to eat. Like that I could respect, but I really doubt anyone was doing that in that line, right?
They were savoring the flavor. They were just sitting there just like, yeah, I get it. Like, yeah. You know what though? If somebody did do that, I would be thoroughly impressed. I would just, yeah.
I could respect it.
Yeah, you're right. Because it shows
I want to know what people are fighting about. If the fights were breaking out in this line, over what?
Maybe politics.
Cutting in line.
Yeah.
Cutting in line, like if someone even cuts in line with you, waited 12 hours, like they got theirs 30 seconds before you. Was it worth the fight? You waited that long. I mean, just to make sense, like, what are they fighting about?
But if you're waiting 12 lines for a crappy burger, like a 12-hour-old burger, think about it, then you already lost your mind. So you're probably just one hair away from snap sproing. Oh my God, he's nudging his Prius in front of me.
Yeah.
I don't think there are any Priuses there.
But didn't somebody get shot over the whole Popeye's chicken sandwich thing a month ago?
Did they?
There was somebody that got shot trying to get one of the Popeye spicy chicken sandwiches when they came out.
Awesome.
So, people take their food
Love that
serious.
chicken from Pop Pop. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, our first story. And just for the people that are watching, we get a little heads up on the regular stories, but these they have no idea are coming. That's why this is a very exciting segment that I do here. Zoo separates 5 parrots after the birds were caught encouraging each other to swear at guests. Some visitors found it funny, but with kids visiting at weekends, we decided to move them. A Lincolnshire Wildlife Center staffer said, these zoo parrots' potty mouths got them relocated. It's a British zoo. So it probably was totally cute, right?
Oh, it's adorable. They were hooligans.
Yes. Keeping some of the bird residents' vocabulary limited to G-rated language has proven challenging, and park employees have had to go as far as separating 5 African gray parrots to squash the swearing.
I saw what you did there. I saw what you did there. They were African parrots. Yeah, I saw.
I didn't do that.
Yeah,
you just did it. We're quite used to parrots swearing, but we've never had 5 at the same time. Most parrots clam up outside, but for some reason, these 5 relish it. So they're egging each other on.
So they were African parrots, and I can only just imagine. Polly want a cracker? Huh? Cracker? Huh? Cracker?
I just love that the birds are egging each other on.
Yeah, right.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Though most visitors who overheard the colorful language laughed it off, when a parrot tells you to F off, it amuses people very highly. It's brought a big smile to a really hard year. This is the zookeeper's take on that. But the zoo decided to take measures to nip the behavior in the bud. See, but I think English swearing would be totally cute.
What's a good well, let me see. What do they say? Wanker.
Bloody everything.
Yeah,
Piss off. Sawed off.
Yeah, sawed off. Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Sawed off. Sawed off.
Off, you bloody wanker.
Bloody hell.
Mm-hmm.
I'm reconsidering owning a bird.
No, 5 birds. Because the one
I need 5.
Right, the one bird will teach the other bird to do that stuff.
What is are they still a flock, or since they're parrots? Because you know crows are like a murder, and
they're
goose is a gander.
I don't know what's a group of things that swear.
Dang.
Teenagers.
Fuckers. They're a bunch of fuckers, eh?
It's a wanker of parrots.
Yeah, there's a fucking parrot at the zoo just like, you looking at me? You looking at me? You looking at me? Yeah.
What's funny, in England, the C word is like very commonplace. Like your parents say that to one another.
Oh.
It's not like this big bad word.
Yeah, kids use it. Kids use it in England. Yeah.
That's actually okay in England.
They're like, hey, look, it's Mickey Mouse and that fucking cunt he calls a wife. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what we can say on this show and what we can't.
Oh, you can say whatever the fuck you want.
Okay.
Right? Nobody's listening. So
Is this a cunt-friendly show?
It is now.
I introed the In and Out story with a direct line from Clockwork Orange. You're fine.
Yeah, I heard that.
okay.
Nothing like giving her the old in out. Okay, so
It's a rapey intro.
it was.
You just know though with these birds though it had to be someone working for the zoo. It's a caretaker that taught them this language. If it's that much, it wasn't just the random guest that was coming through the zoo. It's someone who works there. They can narrow that down.
It's the same guy who works for the Pope. Go ahead, Stefanie. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I was going to say, I kind of hope it was just a guest coming randomly every day. That was their goal, was to teach these birds to cuss.
That parrot's all, I hope I'm going to be coming too, love. Yeah, that's a fit bird for you. Okay, now.
Mommy, I want to see the birds.
He's like, I got your fucking bird right here, mate. Yeah, so.
In England, birds are women. It's like I was on this podcast with 2 birds today. It's cute.
We just have to egg each other on to cuss now. We're fine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Next exciting story. Man reportedly drowns after overhearing wife flirting with lover on butt dial call. Oh man, this has something for everybody. But wait, there's more. It's just, this is my favorite. A UK man with a phobia of water was found dead in a swimming pool after his estranged wife butt dialed him while flirting with another man. So the guy she's cheating with, basically. Garrett Reese was house sitting for a millionaire pal in August when he got the errant call from Claire Reese, his wife, as she held a sexually suggestive conversation with her new lover.
Hello, Clarice.
Despite his fear of water and not knowing how to swim, Garrett took a plunge into the pool outside the luxury home whose owners were vacationing in France. Yeah.
Which country? Where's this guy from again? What country?
They're from the UK, and all this came out after the fact, but the coroner says, I have no evidence that there was an intention to end his life. He had no known history of mental health problems, and no note was left. And his wife says, he was a lovely person. He was the best stepfather to my son, but we had drifted, and it was my son that said he could not cope with the arguing. That was the nail in the coffin.
Oh, wait, no, I got that. Yeah. There you go, yeah.
Nothing about this sounds suspicious.
Yeah,
Right?
I know. We were just talking about Scott Peterson, and look at us.
Right? She says, I feel really bad about it now, but my friends and I had joked earlier because Garrett texted me to say he was going for a dip in the pool.
How great. Wait a minute. How great would that
Right?
be? How great would that be if he totally thought he overheard her talking to her lover, and it just turned out she was at a zoo looking at birds?
Okay.
How old are these people?
How dare you?
In their late 40s.
Oh, very late.
I'm pretty
apparently.
sure this was on Grey's Anatomy, so it's fine.
He's now her late
Right?
husband. Yeah.
No, there's nothing suspicious about this at all, right? So I was trying to figure out how this happened. There was a butt dial that she accidentally called her husband while she's having a conversation with her lover. And I'm like, so he overhears this on the phone. I'm thinking, no, he's already dead. Okay. And maybe they have his phone, and then they send her a text, because they say, I'm going to take a dip in the pool. The guy's afraid of water, doesn't know how to swim, but he heard something he didn't like, so he's going to dive in the pool.
See, for those of you guys who don't know Melissa like I know Melissa,
I would totally have worked this out better.
yeah, this is
Ruben on this end.
yeah, exactly. She's very skilled at shit like this. So the fact that she's telling us how this all played out, the probability is that's her first run through in her head that she wouldn't have gone through with, and these idiots took that first run through. Yeah.
Yeah, he texted me. He's going for a dip in the pool.
Yeah.
Why?
And then he answered the butt dialed phone. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Well, he heard something that he didn't like, but they were joking about it. Oh, he doesn't know how to swim, but he's sending me a text. He's going into the pool. So that totally is an alibi.
Yeah.
Oddly, he was on fire at the time. So no.
I'm British. We drink, and I know I don't have an accent. I'm sorry. But anyway, I'm from England, and there must have been copious amounts of alcohol involved in this situation on both sides. And I think they're just not mentioning that everyone was probably really fucking wasted.
There was some alcohol involved, but they didn't have any evidence that he intended to take his life. And I'm thinking, well, what about the part where you can't swim and you're afraid of water? Where?
Yeah.
I don't know what to do with that information. No.
That's weird.
yeah, it doesn't seem to, one story doesn't seem to match with the other.
Right? I think she's crap.
I think this story matches perfectly with that parrot story. I'm sticking to that one.
I drink, and I think this story makes total sense.
Yeah. No, Sally's nailing it. I completely agree. I actually I hate to admit this, for their own respect. There's people that I've known personally that I've witnessed an affair had happen, and then I was there with the victim, we'll say, and I've watched them get hammered out of their mind and do some really bizarre stuff. And it's a sad story, but then you look at it and you just go like when Sally says that, I 100% agree. I've seen that. So this dude, I could imagine, was just throwing him back and just like, why does she leave me. Why is she with this guy? You know, of all the bars in all the world, she had to walk into mine and blah, blah, blah. Play it again, Sam. And then he just stumbled off into the... He probably stood there just bouncing on the diving board, just like, it's a cruel world. And then he just jumped in.
But
Just wondering who's
for like got your message or heard your phone call. It's I'm going for a dip in the pool.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I'm kind of with Melissa on this one because I don't know whose first response to being cheated on is I'm going to take a dip in the pool.
Yeah, well.
Like it's weird. All of it's weird.
Convenient. Like,
yeah.
Why, like you're wherever you are on the phone, why would you even text somebody to say I'm going in the pool?
Yeah. Right? And it's always, I get that it's probably the last person she dialed. But at the same time, it's always like somebody that shouldn't have heard the situation. I've actually, dude, I knew a guy one time. This is a weird story. I knew a guy one time that, he butt dialed my phone while fighting with his girlfriend. And it was like a crazy, brutal, vicious fight. But I mean, I didn't hear any like actual like physical violence, but verbally they were going back and forth. I sat there for 45 minutes listening to the entire, I should have hung up, but it was so interesting to listen to people fight where I'm just like, oh, and then he's just like, you fucking bitch, blah, blah, blah. And then she's just like, where are you, little dick motherfucker, da, da, da. And I'm like, oh, he's got a little dick. And so like, I'm just sitting there for like an hour, just like,
oh no, she didn't.
Yeah. and you really do. And like, thank God he didn't butt dial, his mom or her dad or some crazy shit like that. But yeah, so unfortunately it's rarer when somebody who really would enjoy to hear what's going on gets to listen.
Oh, my boyfriend has butt dialed me when he's like out of town, at work or in the car, and I'm listening for like stripper sounds. I don't know what sounds. I'm listening for like "Make It Rain." And
I'm a Barbie girl living in a Barbie world. He's like, come on, Barbie, let's go party. Yeah.
I'm curious about your stripper noises right now, Ace.
Male stripper noises.
I'm too sexy for my shirt. Too sexy. Yeah. Obviously, I don't. Obviously, I don't go to the right strip clubs. I've never been a big strip club guy. I will say this though. I went to strip clubs in the 90s, and it was. No matter which strip club you would go to.
Explain the songs.
No. Well, yeah. But it was always two songs. It was 9 Inch Nails, that I wanna fuck you like an animal. And like every chick was doing that. Or the other one was Rob Zombie's I think Living Dead Girl. Living Dead Girl. And it's just like, yeah. So you would always get strippers with that those two songs were just on repeat the whole time in a strip club. The couple times that I was. Just a little side fact for whatever.
There you go.
There it is then.
Okay.
And you remembered the music.
I do.
Moving on. Okay, you ready? French school warns parents not to throw kids over the gate. I love this one.
I don't think you need to add anything else. I think that's good enough.
That's very good.
I can imagine the parents just chucking their kids, going, "Pardon my French," huh? And then yeah.
Parents of students attending the Trilade primary school in Avignon have until 8:30 to drop off kids before the gate closes, but some tardy parents throw their children over the 6-foot gate. So the
shouldn't be as funny as what it is.
I've totally thought about that.
I'm actually no longer questioning my parenting.
Right? Now, So the gate closes at 8:30, but some tardy parents have found a workaround or a workover, throwing their children over the 6-foot gate. There haven't been any injuries. Nevertheless, the school sits outside the entrance that read, "I don't throw my children over the gate," as a reminder.
Take my kids, because I'm sick of all this shit. Yeah, and I can just imagine them just done with it. Like, when you have a population of people that don't shave their armpits, chucking your children over the fence does not shock me. So.
No, any parent can identify with this. If you've ever had to do the drop off. Now, I mean, whether schools are open.
And by the way, a little fun fact about me personally, I have a little bit of French in me, and that is where my name comes from. And we are all fuckers, so fuck you. Yeah.
Guillen means child tosser.
Yeah, pretty.
Is that a slingshot?
Child tosser.
It's a new sport.
Doesn't sound right.
I think it's teaching. Go ahead, Stefanie. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, you're good.
Oh, I was just saying, we have teachers here, but I will say, like, maybe it's causing problems for the class and that's not good, but it's also kind of showing kids, like, if you're going to be late, you've got to have like some extra hustle to stay in the game. Like, maybe it is a good life lesson. I don't know.
Dude.
I'm not a mom.
You risk having a sprained ankle.
Last year for kindergarten, that gate shuts at whatever, let's say 8:30. And you might be running up like you're just there. Like, if they see you and you are within like 10 feet of the gate, they're like, come on. And then if not, it's like click, chink. But around the side of the little playground where they are, it's higher up on the parent side and lower on the other side. So, but it kind of gets higher. So you could actually dangle your kid over the side if you wanted, which I considered, because going through the office to say, because once they lock the gate, you have to go through the office and they mark you tardy, even if you're 30 seconds tardy, and then you have to have a paper, and then you feel like a dick. And I'm like, and I actually have considered, if I had to, just drop my kids over the fence.
I bribed the ones that closed the gate so they would see us coming and hold it. So
that's right.
Cookies.
There
you go.
Yeah. You're in the I'm coming. I could totally.
No more cookies for you.
Yeah. So I think the school has to prevent the liability, but it's brilliant. It's just brilliant. No, I'm not going to the office. I'm not getting out of the car. Nobody's going to see me looking like this. I'm just going to hook the kid over the fence. It's awesome.
I just love that it's such a widespread problem that they actually have to post notices to people not to do it, that it's happening that much.
Well, if you think about it, like I was saying, French people always have a tendency to be a little French. And would you want to be around those little assholes all day long? Imagine how much your own kids drive you crazy. Now imagine them French. And that's pretty much the motivation behind just toss them.
They're much more relaxed. They're more relaxed about the things we're upset about, though. I think they would be like, you Americans make such a big deal. You toss one kid over the fence, everybody loses their mind.
But this is also coming from a group of people who invented the guillotine when they didn't like somebody. You know what I mean? They can be as passive aggressive all they want. They're still just douchey. Yeah.
That was seriously my favorite story. Because it's like, I'm like, it's not just me. Okay.
Didn't they also invent the douche?
Yeah.
Is that French? Sounds it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I've got something for you. Huh? I like your style. Well, I mean, not to say that they weren't. They paid their dues when it came to history. But yeah, when you give us things like Napoleon and the guillotine and shit, there's some stuff where we draw the line. But no, if they did do the douche, if that's confirmed, then thank you. Many thanks. Because, I mean, if you think about American history, like during the cowboy days, I mean, what was it? Like especially, I can't even imagine, like the chicks at the whorehouse back then. It was like your 2 o'clock. If you're the 2 o'clock appointment, she's literally wiping off her 1:30 with a sponge and then calling you into the room. Like, so when you consider,
Probably didn't use a sponge.
yeah, it was a rag. Yeah, if anything, yeah. So yeah, when I look at certain things in history, it's like if you've invented products like that help tremendously, then yeah, kudos to you.
Merci.
Merci.
Apologies to the French for this whole segment.
A little bit, and I say that just because
throwing their children over gates. Like,
I
we
was
need
just
to
gonna,
apologize.
I was just gonna say.
They invented the kidapult.
Napoleon
Good job,
would be
guys.
proud. Napoleon, hey, they named an ice cream after you. Wow. Alexa developers are working on a perfect app. MeowTalk is an app that promises to translate the sounds of your cat into text right on your phone. So now you'll be able to read those meows, hisses, and purrs and confirm that they were actually plots to murder you in your sleep. We tried this app to see what cats were actually saying, and this is what the app translated.
I got a girl always late. Anytime we have a date, but I love her. I'm gonna ask her, is you is or is you ain't my baby? The way you acting lately makes me down.
You know what? That's not all, by the way. Apparently these cats really got involved. We found another one that was actually doing impressions, which I was amused. So here's a cat doing his best Donald Duck.
Hello. 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 Say hello.
All right. So
They have that cat on staff, right? That's making the app, right? I think.
he is. Oh, by the way, we're doing a special appearance by one of my cats. This is Vincent for the felinguistics segment here. That's my little baby boy.
You have two cats, right?
Yes, I do. Oh, Sally. So Sally and I had this very good long conversation about cats because we're both cat people, and I have to say something that's kind of bittersweet. Sally said something to me one time that will stick with me for life. Like, she probably said the sweetest thing that I think put my mind at ease. So I'm a big baby when it comes to my little furry babies. They're my babies, my son and my daughter. And we were having a conversation backstage at a show, and something had come up. Somebody I had seen online, their pet had passed away, and then I brought up like being devastated just thinking of the thought that their lifespans are so small, they're so short. And Sally said to me, she goes, "Yeah, but you wouldn't want them to." She said, "You wouldn't want them to live longer than you because if you died first, who would take care of them?" And I swear that advice pops in my head so much. Like every time I sit there and I think about my little babies and I get a little teary eyed, like, oh no, I just smother them. I'm like, I don't ever want you to grow old. But then I think about it and I'm like, she's absolutely right. Like I would love, and I'm proud of the fact that I will most likely be there from the day they were little teeny babies to when they're little old fragile cats. Mm-hmm. And so for between us, thank you, Sally.
You're welcome. Yeah. No, it's true. We get to take the whole journey with them, mm-hmm. and they really make it easy for us on the way out in their own way.
Yeah.
I love animals.
One of the beauty parts about them too is if you pay attention to cats, they're always like, you can't find them sometimes, and then all of a sudden they just jump out and pounce on you. So that's where the joke was coming from, was that they are constantly practicing how to murder you, which is adorable in its own little way. So
I bet you're expecting big things from that app, though, right? Like, it's going to tell you, like, cats are thinking all these complicated things, but really they're like, I'm going to put my butt on this, on that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that if the app really was true to form, you would read that every meow just says, fuck you, feed me. Yeah.
What, I don't have thumbs, I can't open this?
It speaks in French. And you're like, whoa.
Well, if you look at even the title of the article, in there, it doesn't say meow. It says meow, like as though the cat is French. It's a French cat.
It's I don't know. What Stefanie, you have dogs, right?
I have dogs and cats and kids, so my house is insane all the time. I'd almost want to know what my dogs are thinking more than my cat, because my cat's mellow.
Yeah.
Like, I would love that. I feel like my dog would be ridiculously funny, but my cat just would be like, I hate you, and put food in my bowl. It's fine.
How great would that be if your dog was just like hysterical? He's just like everything your dog said was just like, it turned out your dog was a stand-up comic. He's like, hey, I was with this bitch last night. She gave me fleas. I tell you, life is rough.
That would be my life. My dog would be funnier than me.
I'm telling you, it's a little hot under the collar. Yeah. Mr. James, do you have a animal app story you'd like to share with us?
Well, I don't currently have any pets at the time, and I have to admit I'm not really a cat person, because it would be appropriate if the cats were French, because they tend to be jerks. So does anybody do you really want to know, if you're a cat lover, do you really want to know what that cat is saying to you? I think not. Relationships there, some divorces between cat owners and the cats going on, because be some hurt feelings over there.
I promise you this. I know Sally can back me up on this, and probably you too, Stefanie. We know exactly what the fuck our cats are saying. We don't need an app to tell us. Our cats, they will show you, and if they have to scratch it into your skin, they'll tell you what they want.
Yeah, we've been talking to our cats for years, and I have dogs too, Stefanie. I have 3 dogs and 5 cats, and I say, I respect people who are like dog people, but I gave cats a chance. I was a dog person who gave cats a chance, and if you give them a chance, they'll give it back. Mm-hmm. But we don't need an app. We've been talking to them for years.
Yep. Yeah,
my cat's older than my dog or my kids, so I understand her better, probably.
It's funny. It's like when you watch Star Wars and Han Solo's talking to Chewbacca, and Chewbacca's just like, oh, and then like Han Solo just is like, oh, what do you mean? Da, 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 da. And he repeats what Chewbacca would have said. Now, here's the funny thing. Now, you look at something like that and you go, ha, 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 silly, he speaks Wookiee. But literally, my cat can walk up and go, meow, and I'm like, you literally just ate. What do you mean you want more? Like, I fill in exactly what he just said. And anybody else is going, well, you speak, black cat? That makes no sense. But
don't you think the cats would get annoyed after a while of like us talking to them and like getting like the clip that you showed where the cat was going, hello, the person going, hello, and the cat had to do it like 500. I said hello. Like, what are you not hearing?
Yeah. Now our Vincent, the little boy that's on the screen right now, clearly says no, and he means no. Like, it's not like it's accidental. It's not like it kind of sounds like it. It's bizarre that like if he doesn't want you to do something, it's literally no, and it's crystal clear. Like, there's no mistaking it. And then he'll do certain variations of meows for certain things. Oh no, who did we lose? Oh, Stefanie. yeah, he'll have certain variations of things that he says and stuff. And yeah, but when it comes to that, and then same thing with Layla, our girl cat. She is crystal clear on the things that she wants and says. Like she has little things that mean that she wants to go to sleep now. And when she wants to go to sleep, it's like, let's cuddle. That's what that means. There's certain things that I want you to ride on your shoulders because she likes to jump up on my shoulders. Stefanie is back. Okay. There she is, Miss America.
Totally.
Yeah. We're like, oh my God, I can't believe she wore stuff. Yeah. No, but yeah, so we get it. We totally, like I said, we don't need an app to tell us. We don't need no stinking apps.
You know you're going to download it as soon as you can get it, though.
If I do.
Well, the cat will. The cat will be able to walk up to Alexa and go, meow, and it will be like, but how much food do you want?
I would be more impressed. It's funny you say
it'll order
that.
Stuff on Amazon. Cat things.
I will be more impressed if there was an app where I can talk into it and it meows at the cat and the cat now knows what I said. That would be more impressive. Yeah.
Only the cat doesn't care what you said.
You talk about cats like going onto the apps and doing stuff. It does beg the question if the Pope has a cat.
And the show came full circle.
Yep. That's called a callback, Mr. James. That's great. And it's funny too. We did one time. I left our laptop on, and we went to the grocery store, and we came back, and my girl cat jumped onto the keyboard because obviously it's warm and stuff. And I kid you not, I promise you this. My girlfriend can testify to this story. She was talking to someone online. There was a guy in a chat room who kept saying, wait, well, what are you doing? I don't understand what you're saying. And he was writing a bunch of stuff. And because my cat was moving, she was just doing little, parentheses and occasional, what looked like she was about to spell LOL, but then it looked like it was uppercase lower. It was bizarre because we're like, how long has this been going on? It looked like it was like a few minutes. And we're like, and my poor cat is just sitting there like, meh, 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 meh. And I'm like,
oh my God.
They want pussy and
that was the third time they've conversed together.
Yeah, probably. He can't swim very good. Maybe we should invite him to go swimming.
It's all connected.
We've got birds. We've got cats. Let's bless them all till they get fish nickered. Yeah. So, well, that was fun.
Yeah. Can we just do like a general shout out to adopting, being that it's the holidays? There'll be so many animals that are getting adopted and then turned back into the shelters. And it's just a nice time to think about adding a new member to your family, dog or cat. Or bird. Or they also have rats. They have rats at the shelters. They have guinea pigs. You got to adopt rats in twos,
And
yes,
very important because some people may be returning their birds for cursing, and for their cats because they used the translator app and found out what they were really saying, so they got sent back.
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't know what they're saying.
Yeah.
You're gonna wear that.
You haven't bathed in like 4 days. No, thank you for bringing that up, Sally. You're absolutely right. Halloween just passed, and one of the biggest things was people do this shit every year, and it pisses me off. They'll get black cats for the holiday, whether it's to torture, which is true, and then the other thing is they get it because it's the season to have a black cat. That happened with the movie Black Panther when that came out. The people were buying black cats like crazy, but they weren't keeping them. So they don't realize it's an animal. It's a life. So it needs, a love and attention and affection and all kinds of stuff. And you're absolutely right. Like, there's animals that need a home. I swear, if I had more space, I'd be Ace Ventura. Like, my house would be insane with animals. I'm not even kidding. We have cockatiels, 2 cats. And I mean, you know, that's what we have. And then our families have a ton of other animals too. And yeah, and we try to go with these. Both of our cats are rescues. One was the boy cat, Vincent, was feral when we got him. Terrified of humans, just freaked out. He still kind of has his episodes. It's like a weird PTSD. It's very strange, which is very sad and heartbreaking, but we love him and he's well aware of that. And he comes to us and thanks us when those episodes pass. He's just like, hey, blah, blah, blah. Thank you for loving me. And our female, she was like, I think her mother was killed by coyotes or something, because when we found her, she was this teeny tiny little thing that was just abandoned. And then she adopted us. She kept showing up and hanging out specifically on my girlfriend's car and sit right on our doorstep. And we, every day for a year, we just were feeding her. And then when we decided to move, it was a long conversation that my girlfriend and I had where we said, she adopted us. We kind of can't leave her behind. And we swooped her up, and I would not even know what I would be thinking right now if we'd have left her behind, because she's literally a family member. So, yeah. So thank you for bringing that up, Sally. So, yeah. Animals need homes. Even rats. They're good pets. I've known people with rats.
Smart.
Yeah.
I've had rats. I loved them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I have
What
a bunch
is
in my
like-
backyard you can have.
I used to have to catch them for my ex-mother-in-law because she was scared of them. So I would have to catch them and take them out for her.
Yeah. Yeah. As long as they're domesticated, you're good with a good rat. Rats are highly intelligent, and the bad ones are bad. Trust me, they're not. Yeah, but the good. And don't get me wrong, we're talking sweetness about animals. There's asshole animals too. Trust me.
Mm-hmm.
There's been dogs that were complete assholes that I just wanted to punch in the face, but luckily it's behind a fence. So, so don't get me wrong. But yeah, if you get to know an animal, you'll realize that the connection becomes mutual. So yeah. Anybody want to plug anything or give a shout out or anything?
I have a comedy special on Amazon. It's called Sleazy Does It. Thank you.
Yeah.
I have a podcast called The Reckless Nerd, and we're actually giving away an Xbox for Christmas. So we're starting a raffle. So the new Xbox Series S. So hopefully some people join in on that one so we can get that away to somebody.
Yeah, there you go. Mr. James.
I have some online classes that'll be starting week of December 7th. So go to includeeducation.com and check those out.
Cool. And Melissa, would you like to
I'm
plug
on
anything?
a weekly web-based show called Cover Stories.
And you're by the way, and you're my new favorite segment. I actually like your segment better than my whole show. But yeah, I think it's the most fun because we just totally get to talk shit and do whatever the fuck we want, and it's not it's not worked. It's all on the fly. I like that. Poetry Falcon. I like that. Yeah. Okay. So I want to thank my guest, Mr. James, Sally Mullins, Stefanie, Michele, and my co-host, that lady right there, Melissa Greenberg. My name is Ace Guillen, and thank you guys very much for watching Cover Stories.
Thank you.